Sooner Football with Brent Venables is brought to you by Integris Health, your health partner for life.
When we talk about pain, pain is the world's greatest adhesive, you understand? And a man and a team that's been through pain, they don't walk the same. They don't walk the same. All right, now our goal and our destination, okay, wasn't to be 2-0. All right, our goal this week is to go to 1-0, but our destination wasn't to be 2-0. You understand? Yes, okay, we got a lot of work to do. We got to still get better, do we not? Yes, if we're doing it right, it looks like this all year long, right? Yes, okay, we're going to have a lot of challenges sitting in front of us. How you handle success determines on what the future's going to look like. This ball right here, everybody in the freaking room,
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the longest-running coaches show in America. This is Sooner Football with Brent Venables. I'm Toby Rowland. This is the head coach of the Oklahoma Sooners, Brent Venables, fresh off a 24-13 win over Michigan. Shake my hand, Coach. Congratulations.
Yeah,
that was a great victory. You got to feel great about everything this morning.
Yeah, no, I thought, again, our team really played well together, complemented each other, overcame some self-inflicted, mistakes, and certainly Michigan made some plays in the game on both sides of the ball. Really is a great team win. Physical, explosive. I love the passion and the energy in the stadium. The fans played a big part to creating an amazing environment, for our guys. There's a lot of energy in the stadium last night, but a good, strong win got us to 2-0, and now we're moving forward and a lot to learn.
Sooner Football with Brent Venables brought to you by Integris Health, your health partner for life. And our Sunday reflections here are brought to you by Dos Equis, the official import beer of OU Athletics. Go for Dos. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. We're going to talk about a lot, but I want to skip right to the end because that final drive, that 8.5-minute drive to basically seal the game, had to make your heart as happy as anything you saw Saturday night.
It's hard to do, as I said in the post-game press conference. That's really hard to do, to execute, that many plays in a row and just manage the time. I think, there's about 90% of them were runs. I think maybe 13 runs in there. And to be able to move the ball methodically like that against, again, a well-versed defense in Michigan, to bleed the, bleed the game out, if you will, to a point where it's going to be really hard on them to get to a 2-score lead there late in the game. That's what you want it to look like.
Yeah. And you ran the ball against a Michigan team that was a big question going into the game. Could you run the ball or not?
Yeah.
And you did it to seal the win.
And again, to me, and again, we've got plenty to fix and get better at, and we will. But to run the ball when they know you're going to run the ball makes it even more difficult. But that's what it takes. That's kind of one of the requirements to win at the highest level, what it looks like.
That's one side of the trenches. On the other side, they had the 75-yard run to start the second half. But other than that, Michigan averages 2.3 yards a carry on you. You did a great job stopping their running game as well.
Yeah, again, a great team defense. It was everybody. He is Hall's, blitz in the corner, brought the safety a time or two. We played head up. We played in several different fronts. I thought our guys really managed the game plan in a big-time way. They executed at a really high level, but most importantly, they attacked, played with great fundamentals, and they played with great passion and physicality.
How about the setting, Coach? I mean, a perfect night in the Palace. You got 2 iconic uniforms. You run out there. That's got to be, I know you've been in this for a long time, but that was a special night.
Yeah, for sure. Again, Michigan has been a program this last several years have been, a resurgence, if you will, and what they've been known for is the physicality on both sides of the line of scrimmage. They're 2 years removed from the national championship. So a good barometer of kind of where we're at when it comes to physicality, fundamentals, running, blocking, tackling, those types of things. So again, passed the test, certainly, again, weren't without mistakes and things that we have to improve and get better, but trying to create a rhythm for the season, that was a good next step.
What do you feel like, and doubling down on that, what do you feel like a win like this could do for you this year and maybe even, vaulting into the future? You had a lot of recruits here on campuses.
Yeah, again, obviously it creates confidence, in the team, and every team every year is a little bit different. So developing the identity of the team, it's kind of a year-long process. And what we're good at, what we're not so good at, where you got to get better, what your strengths are, things of that nature. So you're kind of discovering a lot of those things too. Game day will reveal that. And then, yeah, we have a handful of the 26 commits, a good number of them, close to 20 were here. So it was affirmation for them that already had chosen Oklahoma as their future home. And then the 27, 28 class was well represented. We had, 100, recruits that very highly thought of. They have an opportunity to see what their, you know, if Oklahoma were to be their future home, what that might look like. But the passion, again, the energy, infectious, uh, the emotion, the physicality, those were all in full display. And so both sides of the ball, had an opportunity to see what that vision might look like if they chose, Oklahoma.
We are a good 5-6 minutes into the show, and we haven't talked about your quarterback yet. John Mateer, you asked him to do a lot on Saturday night, and boy, he was good in a lot of different ways.
Yeah, no, again, his command was excellent again, and he made some fantastic throws, good decision making. Obviously, we had the one ball that was intercepted, but John was fantastic. I think one of his best plays is the play where they had an edge blitz come on. He had a blitzer run him free, and he breaks the tackle and then finds Zatenia, down the sideline. We made a great catch too, but they put it on the money, right on the, in stride. But John was fantastic, and one of his best qualities, just his humility, his presence. He's calm. He plays with an edge and a toughness. As a runner, his lateral burst and explosiveness is very elite. Like a really good running back, elite, make a guy miss and burst forward. And he seems to be always falling forward in the right direction. And when he makes decisions, he's usually making the right decision, as well, what to do with the ball.
We like that play to Satania too. We're going to break it down with you, or let you break it down here in a couple of segments. But you could tell, I mean, you're in practice with him, but just watching, the guy is competitive as all get out when he's out there too, right?
Yeah, and again, that's contagious. He's got a calm presence about him, but he is really competitive, and he feels like he can make every play. So he elevates everybody around him. He has a unique ability to bring out the best in his teammates, the confidence in them, the hunger, the edge. He fuels, those emotions with everybody, both sides of the ball. Yeah.
All right, let's take a break. We'll pinpoint some of those guys that play well on Saturday night, including Owen Heineke, who I know you can't wait to talk about as well. When we come back, you're watching Sooner Football with Brent Venables, brought to you by Integris Health.
This week's game review is brought to you by Groundworks, preferred foundation repair company of the Sooners.
Welcome back, everybody, to Sooner Football with Brent Venables. This segment brought to you by Groundworks, the preferred foundation repair company of the Sooners. We're talking about Oklahoma's 24-13 win over Michigan on Saturday night. Battle of Blue Bloods in the Palace on the Prairie. It was a lot of fun to watch, a big victory as you get set to go to Temple now, and we'll talk more about that game in just a bit. But let me ask you about a few of your guys, and we'll start with Owen Heineke, Bishop Kelly product up in Tulsa. Hasn't played a ton in his career so far, but looks like he's going to be a big part of your effort this year, and he was fantastic. Leading tackler for you Saturday night.
Yeah, again, a year ago, he was one of our better special teams players and has created a role for himself. He's worked incredibly hard. I think that's maybe what you saw last night, just all of his preparation, his details. He's got in, he's made impact. He's made the layups, and then he's made a few really good plays as well. And I think he's really becoming more and more confident through his practice reps and having some success on the field. So that's cool to see. He's a great teammate, great leader. Guys really respect him.
Got some fire to him.
Yeah, he's edgy.
He's fun to watch.
Yeah.
David Stone was a 5-star when you brought him here. No surprise that he's a great player, but it looks like he's really coming on here.
Yeah. I think he's just continued this trajectory and this trend of really starting in January, the purpose that he's showed back up with, following his first year, having great self-awareness, and then having the willingness to do the really hard stuff, show up every day, go to work. And I think the byproduct of that is he's playing at a really high level right now. Physical, detailed, his pass rushing, doing a great job in his block rec in the run game, being able to violently disengage, get off of blocks, whoop people, knock them back, stay on his feet. He fell down a lot last year, like a lot of, first-year guys. They get a little bit out of whack with their balance and whatnot, and he's really doing a great job. He spends as much time as anybody in the building up here every day, really hungry to make an impact and be a guy that can be counted on.
Your offensive line, 4 changes in the starting lineup from week 1 to week 2. I think injuries had something to do with that, but it looked like they played great. So I want to hear your thoughts on them, and specifically, you had a true freshman at left tackle against Michigan, which is a gamble, but Fasusi looked like he held up fantastic.
Yeah, and all 4 of the guys with 3 offensive linemen and Jaden Arndt that all made their debuts as starters. And Mike Fasusi was really good, and he'll be the first to admit that he's got some things he got to, first game jitters to kind of get through. And but he did great. He's fearless. He's prepared. He's tough and confident, and he receives coaching very well. Then Derek Simmons and Jake Makula, they both stepped in and just provided a level of consistency that you would expect. Some guys that have played a lot of college football and made a big difference from a cohesion standpoint.
This game meant a lot to a lot of people, maybe nobody more than Deion Burks. He's from Inkster, Michigan. I don't think Michigan recruited him, and he made that known last week. And he stepped up, got a touchdown, over 100 yards receiving, and he was Deion for you.
Yeah, no, he's, as you saw him, the ball's in his hand, very explosive, very dangerous. He's a home run hitter. That's cool to see him have that kind of success. And again, you can't, make it too big of a deal, about, they didn't recruit me, But whatever narrative, fuels guys. And at the end of the day, man, he's becoming a real weapon for us, on our offense, both in the underneath game and the vertical passing game as well.
I thought Javante Barnes, even though the stats aren't huge running the ball, he made an impact in this game as a runner on that final drive. And you brought him in a lot on third downs to help block as well, and he's a fantastic protector.
He is. He's violent. He's physical. He's smart. He anticipates and sees things quickly, in regards to protection and, protecting the quarterbacks, everybody. And then he did run, again, with some purpose. Made a couple of good physical, tough runs, had a great finish and falling forward.
Brought a new punter onto the scene.
Yeah.
On Saturday night.
Yeah, our other punter, Jacob Ulrich, had a slight strain in his hammy from the last game. So Grayson did a great job from UCO and averaged just under 48 yards a punt. He smashed a couple of them really good and had a good roll on another one. And I'm proud of him. Not an easy thing to do to kind of step in there, go from UCO to Oklahoma. And he did a great job helping us flip the field a couple of times.
He had enough mistakes that I know a coach needs enough mistakes to go get after their team a little bit. So, and it felt like maybe the majority of those came in special teams for you. What would you like to clean up coming out of Saturday night?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we ran into the punter on the one, gave him after getting off the field, and allowed them to. We ended up stopping them, but we allowed them to flip the field and field position as points, and we had a great opportunity to get into a great rhythm coming out of halftime. And so we ran into the punter there. And then we misjudged, another punt return, fumbled the ball, gave it back to him. And then a kickoff return, you should be fair catch in there. And we end up fumbling. Next thing you know, we're snapping the ball, inside the 10-yard line coming out, which is hard. Taking the ball at the 25 is one thing, but you start taking the ball inside the 10, your opportunity to score is in the single digits from a percentage standpoint. So we got to be smarter there, make better decisions, and put them in those positions and practice more of, which we do, but can't do it enough, obviously. And so we got a lot to clean up there. We gave up the one big long run where we misfit it, had the interception, on another drive, and then we gave up a long pass. We got to do a better job of getting our head around, and they make a nice play on the ball, but we got to do a better job ripping that ball out.
I'm going to add two things, not to pile on, but to make a point. Missed a field goal and dropped a touchdown pass on the trick play that was beautifully ran to Kanik. And the point is, despite all of that, 2-score victory over, a highly ranked and well thought of Michigan team has to say something about how good your team could potentially be.
Yeah, again, potentially, and it depends on what our guys' mindset, their willingness to come back and get better. Start completely over. That's what it's going to take. And I have no doubt that our guys are focused on that. They've got, this is a humble football team, but we got a lot of work to do. Again, thankful for victory and certainly winning by 2 scores, despite, again, as you said, we gave them plenty of opportunity to make it a closer game. We had a chance to really kind of have a little more comfort there at the end. But that's football, and you got to do what winning requires, and so got work to do, obviously.
Let me ask you quickly about one more guy. Torrey Blaylock got injured, freshman running back in week 1. Questionable as to whether he played in this game. He did, and he ran hard for you. That kid must be tough.
Yeah, I've been bragging on him for his toughness for a while now, and he displayed that once again. He got a banged up shoulder, but he just powered right through it, man. The guy has an elite mindset.
All right, we'll take a break. We're going to break down a couple of the biggest plays in this game with Coach Venables. When we come back, you're watching Sooner Football with Brent Venables, brought to you by Integris Health.
Sooner Football with Brent Venables is brought to you by Taco Mayo. Tap the app and save up to 25% today. Air Comfort Solutions. Your total home solution for plumbing, heating, air conditioning, and electrical. Make the winning call today. One Oklahoma. Powered by Sooner Sports Properties. Fan-fueled, athlete-focused. Coach Venables' Film Breakdown is brought to you by Community Coffee. Family-owned Community Coffee. The official brewed coffee of OU Athletics. Taste the difference family makes.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to Sooner Football with Brent Venables. We're going to do the Coach's Breakdown now, brought to you by family-owned Community Coffee. We've picked out, like we did last week, 2 of the biggest plays of the game, one on offense and one on defense. Coach has got the clicker. He's going to take us through it. So, Coach, we're looking at 3rd and 8 here from the 49. You got the football. This is maybe the most exciting play of the game. What happened here?
Yeah, so Michigan is, we got a bunch set over here. We got the tight end on flexed out on the backside here. Michigan is in a 5-man pressure, okay, where they're going to get under and over this eligible receiver. They're going to get under and over that eligible receiver. Inside out, the easiest, closest, quickest throws for the quarterback. They've basically taken those away. And then they go 2-on-2 out here, okay, to the field, which is the furthest throw, a more difficult throw to make, even though, you got an immediately an open receiver based on the play design that we have here. Up front, we misidentify, the pressure, the 5-man pressure here. The running back's going, weak to strong side backer. And he did a good enough job of faking it and then popping out late. And so we miss ID and turn the guy loose, and like John has done in a very small sample size, both last year and this year. He has the ability to make people. He's got great, lower body strength and super feet, and then has a unique ability not to panic here. The receiver, they work on this scramble drill once a week where, hey, let's pretend like everything went to hell. And now what do we do? And this is literally by design. And so 5 turns it up and gets behind the defender. The defender what defenders are not coached to do. And then you're man-to-man, keep your eye on your man. Your man. So when you don't,
I'm learning.
This game will punish you. And so he gets back. But what an amazing job here by John throwing the ball on the run, crossed his body here and hits Sategna, throws a dime right there to him, and great catch, excellent job, and really ignites us there, and go on down and end up scoring a touchdown on that drive.
You said this is the kind of play. Here's another angle at it. This is a defensive coach's nightmare here.
Defensive coaches, yeah, I mean, when he gets away. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you got a free hitter, and then he makes you miss and comes out here on the perimeter. Now you're 2-on-2 out here. against a quarterback like that keeps his eyes down the field and will punish you down the field. I've played against plenty of quarterbacks under the same circumstances. They're just going to run for their life. They're going to tuck the ball,
Right.
and they're going to go away like we want them to,
Right.
and do what we want them to do. But these quarterbacks can keep their eyes down the field and really be a threat, both running and throwing. Is really a nightmare. But great play here by Isaiah.
Great place to Tanner on the catch. Okay, let's go defensive side of the ball. Back to the first quarter. This is going to be a loss, a 4-yard loss.
Okay, and so here we walk Kobe McKenzie. He gets up into what we call a bear look here. It's a 5-man front presentation-wise, and we get in a 0 and 2 3s, 2-3 techniques right on the outside shade of the guards, and we got edges to the defense, with a defensive end, Mason and Kobe. And then we're going to bring another defender here off the edge here too. And so Kobe's got the inside half of the run, and he's got the outside half of the run. We just happens to be, they're running a reverse. We got a cloud coverage here too, where the corner's in the flat, the safety's over the top. So you get an additional hat that they run a reverse. You're really good if they're going to have a reverse pass, which he's a high school quarterback. Went to Indiana as a quarterback. So now we have, if they do any kind of stock and go off the reverse pass, we got basically the guy double covered.
That's a part of the scouting during the week that this guy can throw the football.
Yeah.
McCauley.
Exactly. And but we got really a great call on just for this play. So sometimes you get lucky, and but we got a really good, and these guys do a nice job. So the play looks like it's going away. So we say you have BBR, bend back boot reverse, okay, as an outside contained player. And so, climb right now. And he does a really good job from a discipline standpoint of having big vision, not chasing the guy down in here and then letting this guy run outside of him. So if you're going to be an aggressive defense, you better guard against the things that can hurt an aggressive defense. Yeah. And so we practice a lot of misdirection and worst case scenarios, assuming, that this guy needs to be overcoached on his BBR responsibilities. But they do a great job. And again, that's just great. Again, team defense, great vision defense here. We're in zone coverage here on the blitz. And you see a lot of guys that have big vision, coming for the ball, as well as a party in the backfield here.
It's Kendall Daniels who turns him in. Kobe McKenzie finishes him off. Here's another look from the
yeah. So again, we're coming from the edge and we're slanting everybody. He's a chaser and he's outside. So any of the zone read game, you got somebody chasing the dive and also somebody that's in the quarterback space right now, putting a lot of pressure on them, try to expedite and speed up their processes, not letting them to get into a good rhythm. And
negative plays like this put Michigan behind the chains, and now you got them right where you want.
Yeah, and again, easier said than done, but we happen to have them in a really good call right here. And so, I love seeing population, at the ball. I love when they can freeze the end of the play. Where's all of our defenders? And that's how you play great defense. You got to swarm the football, and it takes the life out of the opponent one snap at a time they die. And I say that respectfully speaking. That's literally what you do. You suck the life out of the coordinator, out of the players that you're playing against, and bringing a lot of juice and energy to the stadium. Look at the players having fun.
7 guys right there at the hill, I think, at the end of the attack.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hey, it's good.
It's fantastic.
It's good. It's what you want it to look like.
I love this segment. I wish it lasted the whole time. We'll take a break, though. When we come back, we'll look ahead to the showdown with Temple in Philadelphia next on Sooner Football with Brent Venables.
The Opponent Breakdown is brought to you by One Oklahoma. Powered by Sooner Sports Properties. Fan-fueled, athlete-focused.
Welcome back. One more segment here with Coach Venables, and then we'll take a look at the action from OU's victory over Michigan. Let's take a look ahead now at the upcoming opponent. That's the Temple Owls, brought to us by One Oklahoma. Played Temple last year, Coach. You're going to their place now. We're going to the city of brotherly love to take on the Owls in Philadelphia. What do we know about the squad you're going to face Saturday morning?
Yeah, so it's a new staff, I think, for people that followed the Sooners last year. They've got a new staff. They came from Montana State. They were 14-1. Had an excellent year. Really well-coached football team. Looks a lot different than what we saw a year ago playing Temple. Their ability to run the ball, their play design, their structures, their philosophy. We just see a different type of juice and energy. So be a good opportunity for us to go on the road. Going on the road, nothing's comfortable. You get into a different type of rhythm. You want things to stay the same, but the reality is it's different. So you learn a lot about the mental maturity of your football team and be able to, again, block out the noise and the distractions of being in an unfamiliar place, things of that nature. And see if we can go right back to work here on Monday. And so I'm excited about the challenges of that. And I always thought about having a road dog mentality. You just got to be edgy, gritty, going on the road, being uncomfortable, everybody in the stadium's against you. And again, you're a little bit out of your comfort zone, your routine and things of that nature. So this will be the first time this football team has done that together. And so I love the challenges of that.
Temple's 2-0. They've scored 97 points in their first 2 games. Any concern at all coming off a big win? You know how they always say maybe there's a hangover after a big win that you'll play well the next week.
Again, I would be a liar if I said, "Oh yeah, I'm not concerned." I'm always concerned. My job is to be vigilant, to keep my guard up, to assume nothing, and to these guys haven't gone on the road together. They haven't experienced a good win together, and so it starts with me. If I don't, they won't, and so I got to make sure that they get into the right mindset. The mindset sets the pace for everything else. And so keep them humble, keep them hungry, be truthful and honest with them. And hopefully, again, we have the right kind of maturity, which I believe we do. But again, until you go do it, you don't know.
Get on that airplane, put on those beautiful road white jerseys. I think you're going to have a whole bunch of East Coast Sooner fans that are going to roll out to Philadelphia and cheer you on as well. It should be a lot of fun. That's 11 a.m. Central Time, Saturday morning, Oklahoma and Temple at Lincoln Financial Field up in Philly. Coach, congratulations on beating the Wolverines, and go get the Owls. So let's go. That's Brent Venables. We'll take a timeout. Teddy, Gabe, and Chris will join me. We'll take a look at the action, the highlights from OU's 24-13 win over Michigan next on Sooner Football with Brent Venables.
Thank you to our cornerstone television partners, OU Health, OG&E, Fowler Auto Group, and Coca-Cola. We want to thank all of our Sooner Radio Network affiliates across the state and region. Fans can check out Soonersports.com for an affiliate in your area. And if you're traveling outside the state of Oklahoma, you can listen to all the action on either Sirius XM Radio or download the Varsity Network app and listen free.
Boomer! Soon as about 50, man. Let's go.
Michigan wins the toss, Toby. They will defer until the second half.
Deep to receive for Oklahoma is Jaden Ott. There's the boot, high end over end. Trips to the left. He's back to pass against a 4-man rush. In the pocket, has time, lobs downfield. Kanik holds it in. A one-handed catch. Jared Kanik, tight end right. Now they send Ott that way as well. Snap, Mateer fakes the pass right, throws underneath. It's a screen to Satania. Sooners go tempo, 3rd and 9 again. There's the snap. They got the offsides. Free play. Mateer takes a shot far sideline. He's got Burks. Caught out of bounds around the 20. Kanik tight end left. Burks goes in motion. Mateer's got it. He'll run it. Right side. Has room. 20. Bounced outside. Oh, he evaporated in front of him. Mateer stops. Falls forward. 5 wide on 3rd and 3 from the 14. In motion, Kanik. Snap, Mateer. Runs it himself. Bounced right. Dips it up to the 11. It'll be close. This will depend on the spot from the Michigan 11.5-yard line. Barnes in the backfield. Double tight ends, 1 to each side. 2 wideouts. Mateer in the shotgun. There's the snap. Runs it himself right side. Has the first down to the 10. Pushing the pile to the 9. 1st and goal. Mateer surveys the defense, takes the football. 4-man rush, steps up, flushed right, trying to get out of the pocket, and he threw it away into the cheerleaders. Sooners trying to put it in the north end zone. Man in motion, jet sweep to Burks. At the 10, cuts it outside to the 5, dips it into the 2, he's to the 1, is he in? Give it to him, touchdown, touchdown, Deion Burks, and the Sooners take the opening possession, 75 yards to Peter. Underwood under center, takes the snap, handoff left, Haynes hit at the line of scrimmage, folded up Kobe McKenzie and Peyton Bowen. Underwood in the shotgun, sends Morgan in motion. Fakes the hand. No, he does hand it off over the left side. Haynes now sent out in motion. Underwood looks his way, throws it his way. He is surrounded, and he's hit and dropped. Kendall Daniels, a 1-yard loss. Michigan again showing pressure. There's the snap. They do bring a blitzer. Mateer looks right, lets it fly down the far sideline. Burke's behind the defense. He caught it. Is a foot in? Is a foot in? It is. It looks like they're going to give it to him. They are.
Excited to watch him. Hopefully our guys keep playing well against him.
Back to pass on first down. Underwood's going to let one fly deep down the near sideline. Nobody there but Gentry Williams, and he can't quite get Haynes the
They're
back.
They're not going to throw it 2 times in a row, are they?
It's a handoff. Haynes evades one man in the backfield, but a flag flies. Yep. 2nd and 3 from their own 34. Man in motion, Morgan. He stops, comes back near side. Handoff. It's a reverse. Oh, they read it like a book. McCauley surrounded and dropped for a big loss.
-7.
All the way back at the original line of scrimmage. Underwood in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Looks left. Steps right. Has room. Watch out. Now he's going to throw late. Got a man at midfield. It's McCauley down the sidelines to the 40 and banged out of bounds. Haynes now into the pistol in the backfield. 1st and 10. Morgan in motion. Handoff Haynes. Bounced right. Comes back left. Sooners defended that well. David Stone and friends there after a 1-yard gain. Underwood alone in the offensive backfield on 2nd and 9. The big freshman takes the football. Slings it out to the left. Bam! Kendall Daniels separated his soul from his body. They go empty. Underwood looks right, throws underneath, bobbled, incomplete. 56 seconds to go first quarter. Blaylock sent out in motion. Mateer alone in the backfield. Sets up to pass, looks middle, slings it across the middle.
Nice.
He's got a man, Keontez Lewis. Sooners go tempo with a 38. Mateer back to pass again. Across the middle. Deep. No, it's intercepted. And that's going to do it for the first quarter as time expires.
That's the end of the first quarter.
Second quarter starts. Michigan goes right to left now from their own 40-yard line. It's 2nd and 8. Man in motion, Goodwin. It's a handoff to Marshall over the right side. Pyle pushes forward for 3. It's Marshall in the backfield. Underwood takes it, wants to throw. Looks right, does. Far sideline, incomplete. Goodwin in motion, stops, comes back near side. Underwood. Handoff Marshall, met in the backfield, dropped. Handoff Marshall right up the middle, has a crease, takes a big hit, got a couple, that's it. They go 3 right, 1 left, but they all kind of look like they're asking some questions. Sooners bring pressure, it's a handoff, bouncing it outside, trying to get to the corner, he's smashed, he's dropped. Back at his own 32-yard line. Snap back, there's the boot, oh, they ran into the kicker. In motion, Goodwin goes left, comes back right, fake handoff, Underwood, looks like a busted play, hit as he throws, folded in half, incomplete. Power pistol loaded right. It's a handoff to Haynes. Again, he's surrounded. Here comes a flag in. Haynes is able to creep his way forward for a couple. Drive again stays alive for Michigan. Sooners showing pressure. Handoff, running left. Haynes, he's to the corner. Out of bounds at midfield. Compact formation. Handoff Haynes up the middle. Smashed by David Stone. He's got a fullback Bredesen. I formation. Handoff Haynes has the, well, maybe. It's going to be close. He got to the 47. That's the line to gain. Davon Jordan in the game. 1st and 10. Rolling right, Underwood. Throws, far sideline. Got a man. Caught at the Sooner 30. 25-yard line. That's good one out of bounds. Man in motion. Bredesen, the fullback. This is a jumbo formation. Snap, Underwood. Handoff up the middle to the 20. A gain of 2. 2nd down and 8 from the 20. Pitch left. Haynes. Trying to get to the corner, swims by one guy, breaks another tackle inside the 15 to the 14. Underwood in the shotgun. Has it. Going to throw. Does. Left side incomplete. Flag flies. Guillory and McCauley tangled up. Snap back. Hold down. Kick is away, and it is no good. He missed it. He missed the 32-yarder wide right. 17 to go. Can OU add to their lead before halftime? Ott in the game at running back. Mateer keeps it, evades one man in the backfield, goes forward, takes a big hit. Burke, Satanian, Lewis, the wideouts. Mateer, handoff Ott, running right, cuts it up to the 25, backs his way to the 27. 2:09 to go. Mateer,
Got him.
he got the snap. Flag flies, free play. Deep shot for Burks down the sideline. Can't get there, but this is going to be a free first down. It's one snap here before the 2-minute warning. Mateer, quick throw to Burks, caught behind the line of scrimmage, circles it up, takes it to the 45. A gain of 3. Got to give the ball back if you don't pick this up. Mateer across the middle, zings it, it's caught, it's a first down.
Excellent protection.
11-yard pickup, second catch, handoff Barnes over the left side, bangs left, keeps his feet, turns it up to the 40,
Let's
still
go.
on his feet, he's to the 35, near a first down, 9 yards for Javonte Barnes. Mateer in an empty set, takes the snap, he'll run it himself up the middle, has a crease 30, keeps his feet, now he's surrounded at the 26-yard line and pushed down.
Kanik leading on the Mateer run.
Mateer fakes the handoff, rolls right, looks across the middle, caught at the 15-yard line, stiff arm outside Burks, he's to the 5, he's to the 4, it'll be first and goal. Barnes the back, they'll hand it to him up the middle, puts his head down, pushing to the 2, and he's down there. Mateer's got it, play action, he'll keep it himself, runs left, back to the right, touchdown! Touchdown Sooners, John Mateer, bam! And at the intermission,
Sooner Football with Brent Venables is brought to you by Riverwind Casino. It's always a good time. OU Fan Shop. The best place to gear up for game day is shop.soonersports.com. Sooner Kids Club. Log on to soonersports.com/kids for information about joining the Kids Club presented by OG&E and brought to you in part by Devon Energy.
tight ends and an extra lineman who all shift from the right to the left into the line, so an overload. Now the fullback Bredesen goes back to the right. It's a handoff to Haynes. Bounces it back left. Watch out, he's out. And he's in the clear at midfield. First play, second half, Justice Haynes down the sidelines to the 10. It's a touchdown. They shift Marshall left to right. Now the back, or the wideout, Morgan in motion, right back to the left. Underwood. Handoff and caught in the backfield and slung down by Marvin Jones is Justice Haynes. That's better. Pistol look. Play action. Underwood rolling right, looking, lobs it deep downfield. Got a man behind the defense, but he missed it. 4 wide receiver set. Underwood back to pass. 4-man rush. Dumps it to the back. Haynes out of the backfield. He's surrounded. David Stone jumps on him after a gain of only 1. Sooner offense still looking for their first down, second half. Mateer back to pass under pressure. He got away. Rolls right. Still looking. Lobs downfield. It is caught. Satania inside the 20, and he's out of bounds inside the 5.
I know people have made comparisons, but who did that remind you of at quarterback? Dodging someone, about to tackle him in the backfield, and throws a dime down the sideline.
Mateer's got it. Hands to the kid, Blaylock up the middle. He's to the 10, spun down there. He got 4. 2 tight ends left side. Now Blaylock moves to the right of Mateer. There's the snap. Mateer runs it himself, bounced it to the right. He's got room. He's to the 5. He's into the end zone. Easy like Sunday morning. John Mateer, untouched. Here's the kickoff. Headed toward Andrew Marsh. Comes down 1 yard deep. He's going to bring it out. Veers right. He's to the 10, 15. Smashed by Owen Heineke. You sit down. From the 8, Underwood takes the snap. He runs it himself. Right, he's dropped inside the 5. Owen Heineke again. In the end zone, Underwood back to pass. Twist up front, steps up, shovel pass, incomplete to Haynes. Underwood, the freshman, hands it off to Haynes. Bounces up the middle, caught from behind, twisted down at the 10 by Grayson Holt. Satania at his own 45. There's the boot by the lefty. High hanger. Satania backs up to the 40. To the 35, dropped it. Ball's loose, scramble it around. There's a wrestling match for it, and Michigan came up with it from the plus 31. Second turnover on Oklahoma. Underwood hands to Haynes up the middle, breaks the 30, pushes the pile to the 27. Underwood in the shotgun, he's got the football. He'll hand it to Haynes up the middle, stood up at the 24. Zavada 41 yards from the right hash. He missed from 32 in the first half. It is a kick. He got it away. It has plenty of distance, and this time it is good. Compact formation, Underwood in the shotgun. Play action, back to pass. Has time, lets it fly deep down the middle. It is caught.
What a catch.
Oh, he went over the head. What a catch by Donovan McCulley. 44-yard pass, handoff. Jordan Marshall runs left across the 30. Double tight ends right. Handoff Marshall. Right up the middle to the 27. Shotgun for Underwood. Snap. Hands it off. Up the middle. That's a first down run. Underwood sends Bredesen in motion. Back to pass. Underwood. Lobs for no one. Incomplete. It was Grayson Holton on the pressure. So 2nd and 10 from the 21. Underwood. Hand off over the right side. Marshall runs into Dominic Williams. Underwood moves under center for one of the rare times tonight with Haynes deep. There's the snap. Fake handoff on the reverse. Rolling right Underwood. Throws across the middle. Incomplete. Hollenbeck the holder. Snap good. Hold down. Kick is away. And it's good again. And we've reached the final stanza now. Fourth quarter time in Norman. Oklahoma leads at 21-13. Kanik in motion. Snap. Mateer runs it up the middle. Has the first down. Barrels his way out across the 40-yard line.
Edge position kicks him out.
11-yard pickup, quick play, throw out to Kanik on the edge. 45 has blockers, cuts it up to midfield, barrels over a Wolverine, and he's into Wolverine territory.
He's blitzing too. Here comes the collision.
Michigan, 7 guys on the line of scrimmage. They bring the house. Mateer backpedaling, lobs it out to Barnes, caught it. 35, first down 30, out of bounds 25. John Mateer lollipopped one out to Javante Barnes. What a call. Sandell, the UTSA transfer from 42 yards, right hash, left-footed. The field goal is in the air, and it is no good. The back is Haynes in a pistol from the 37. Man in motion, Goodwin. Underwood fakes the handoff, back to pass, immediately under pressure, and they got him. It's a sack. Jaden Jackson and Sammy Omosigho. He has the football, fakes the handoff, under pressure, lets it fly far side, incomplete. Had to get rid of it. Underwood asks for the football. He's got it. Sooners bring 5. He throws near side. It's deflected, incomplete. Owen Heineke got his mitt on it. Mateer sends Keontez Lewis in motion. He joins a trip set to the right. Mateer runs it himself. Up the middle. Cuts right. Bounces right. To the corner he goes. 25. First down 30. Goes by a man 35. Dives forward. Refuses to go out of bounds. He's out near the 37-yard line. Mateer against the 4-man rush. Looking to throw. Has a pocket. Still looking. Still has a pocket. Now he rolls right. Now he tries to get away from Barham. He throws a dangerous pass. It's caught by Kanik, and he might have the first down. Satania in motion. They hand him the football on the jet sweep right side. Across the 45 to the 40. Good chunk. He got about 8. Mateer under center on 3rd and half a yard. There's the snap. Handoff Barnes, left side. Pushes the pile. I think he's got enough, doesn't he?
Yes,
yeah, he's
sir.
got it. Barnes stays in at running back. Mateer hands him the football, looks for a hole, squeeze through one to the 30. Javante reaching his way to the 26. 9 yards, Javante Barnes. Mateer in the shotgun from the 26. Mateer runs it himself. Goes into a hole, comes back out of it, now goes back into it to get the first down. This is the 11th play of this drive. They've only thrown it twice. They're going to throw it here. Mateer right side, caught by Burks. Inside the 20, sets up his man.
Smart.
Tackled at the 16. Mateer sends Huggins in motion. Snap, Mateer runs it himself. Danced outside. He got grabbed by the face mask. Here comes a flag. From every corner of Owen Field they fly. And that's going to be a free first down. Barnes the back. They hand it to him. Barnes up the middle. Churning his legs to the 6. Mateer sends Blaylock out. Mateer back to pass. Blitzes on. Looking. Throws. Underneath. Caught by Blaylock. Turns it to the 5. Tackled from behind by Barham. Great tackle to prevent the touchdown at the 3. Snappers Anderson. Holders Ulrich. Snap high. Hold down. Kick is away. And it is good. Tate Sandell's first made field goal matters. It's going to be 4th and 1 at the Sooner 48. 45 seconds to go. Clock running. They need a yard. Everybody on the line of scrimmage. It's a handoff. Yeah. He's surrounded, and you can unhitch the wagon. Put the ponies in the board. Sammy Omosigho ran through his soul. Oklahoma is 2-0, and they are to be dealt with in 2020.